go. Let's hype up. In 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to First Time Pictures Podcast, where we review movies for the first time. My name is Julian Lizama, joined with my co-host Anthony Ruth and a special guest star, Benjamin Wadsworth. Benjamin, say what's up to the people.
Yo, what's up, guys? Happy to be here. I've been wanting to do this pod with these beautiful gentlemen for a while, so it's a pleasure. I'm glad they have put in the time to let me join in and change the setup a little bit.
Yes, this guy flew from California just for this episode.
Just for this special guest star.
He's definitely in the room with us right now.
We're holding hands. We're holding hands right now.
I'm definitely not in my closet in California.
In the closet.
That's so funny.
But
Allegedly.
For people that don't know Ben, he's been lifelong friends almost, I'm guessing, with Anthony here. They've been, how old were you guys when you guys were friends?
I don't remember how old I was, but I met the Roots when I was in the 5th grade, I think.
Yeah, I was 7th grade.
When I was in the 5th grade. I found out that okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
All right, so yeah, another movie fanatic here joining us on this.
If anything, bro, you really put all of us on, because you were acting and doing all that before I ever was into movies. Like you were there when I got into it and kind of like introduced me to that side.
Fair
so
enough.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it since I was 10 years old, so a couple years before I met you. But like I feel like you and I, Anthony, we both started taking it really seriously around the same time. So it was nice to like be able to like bounce off of each other, like what we liked, what we disliked, and I think that was a very integral part of my growth as not only an actor and an artist, but someone who just enjoys film and television.
Yeah, like two people getting obsessed at the same time. And really, like, Julian, for you, since I had been obsessed and had all these talks, when you asked me, like, started asking me questions like, why do you think this? And that's how we basically got this pod started. It's like a domino effect. Like, Ben and I got super serious with it, and then started that passion. And then you and I started having those talks, and here we are.
That's still pretty funny that you guys would talk about these things as kids, because something I would tell Anthony all the time was like, dude, like, I'm watching a movie, I'm just like, I watched a movie. I wasn't like, oh, these characters' motives and it's directed beautifully, the shots, and I'm like, dude, a director doesn't think about those things. He's not like let me include this little backstory because it's gonna come full circle.
For the foreshadowing.
Yeah, I'm like, they're not doing that.
No,
like,
not
what do
at
you?
all. They say action and then that's it.
Yeah, they wrote a script. That's it. It's simple. There's a story, and then so Anthony's telling me all these like little things that directors throw in or the actors are doing. I'm like, really? And then obviously the more and more we started watching things, I'm like, hey, I think this director purposely put this little thing. It's like, yeah, duh. And it's like, oh, okay. Like, for y'all to be talking about that at like what, 10, 15, whatever age, bro, and me barely starting, it's crazy. It's always been there. It's been there all along, and I just never saw it. And yeah,
bro, we didn't. I didn't even think about movies like that. And like, we had been friends since 7th grade, and I didn't think about movies like that until I graduated from high school, and Ben and I like spent a long summer, like basically the entire summer together. That's when it started like clicking the same way. I was like, oh, dialogue can be interesting. Yeah. Like, it's not just, words mean things and stuff like that.
Actually, funny enough, that during that time, that was how me and Anthony found out that Anthony was colorblind, because Anthony and I Anthony and I would like recolor scenes from like Marvel movies, because we thought it should be like more like the comics. And I'd be like, I don't know, bro, like I feel like it's a little too much. He's like, what are you talking about? This is perfect. I'm like, take this colorblind test. Take this test.
I remember it was specifically Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was like, bro, I love how green Gamora is now. And I sent it to you, and you were like, bro, like, this is greener than green. Like, what are you talking about?
You didn't know you were colorblind, bro, until that
I
old?
Swear I did. I just maybe didn't know to what extreme.
You were suppressing it. You're like, I'm not colorblind, I swear.
I don't know. I just didn't realize that was maybe the reason I liked saturated colors, because I was like, vibrant looks normal to me because that makes it, it like balances it.
Dude, no, I don't know why like I make fun of Anthony for being colorblind, but like I think of it as a joke now, being colorblind, to the point I was telling Anthony this last time I was in Dallas. This kid, we're talking and he's like, yeah, I'm colorblind, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. Because like in my head I'm just like, I think it's a joke, and I'm like, oh fuck, that was kind of fucked up of me to say. Like
you just start bursting out laughing at him. Like, look at this guy.
Dude, just look at the colors. What are you talking about? Like literally. But yeah, so yeah, a little introductory into Ben here.
What's going on? What's happening?
But yeah, Ben, quick question. Are you watching any TV shows right now? Like any binge shows? What are you watching?
Well, are we including anime in this as well?
Anything.
Yeah, anything.
It's been a big anime year for me. I mean, I
Really?
love some of the new stuff too. Like there's a new anime called Sentenced to Be a Hero. I'm really enjoying. I'm not like obsessed with it or anything, but it's something I've been really enjoying. I finished season 3 of Spy Family. I actually been watching that with my daughter. My daughter Jo. It became like a little tradition of ours to watch it before she went to bed, so that was really fun. Obviously got to throw in some Jujutsu Kaisen. Come on, man. Season 3, in my opinion, is absolute peak. Some of the best anime I've ever watched.
Nice.
What else? I've been on and off some. I mean, I know One Piece took a bit of a break. Love me some One Piece though. Always watching One Piece. If we're going live action though, I have been really enjoying the show The Pit on HBO.
Oh yeah.
Really?
The Pit is a fantastic show. I highly recommend. It's a great medical drama, very realistic.
Yeah.
So if you're queasy whenever it comes to like blood and all that kind of stuff, I would probably steer clear. But my good friend Luke Tenney, who I was on a show with him. He is actually in an episode of it tonight, The Pit. So you should go check it out. Luke's the man. Luke's crushing it right now, and I really enjoyed The Pit. That's all I can think of right now. I'm sure I'm watching other things, but that's what comes to mind.
Yeah, the Pit. Kaylin was telling, I think, me and Anthony about it when we were up in Dallas, because she really likes that show, and she was telling me like they be showing stuff, like they show everything in that show, and it's like blood and realistic. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can watch that. Like, my mom had a cut the other day. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna look at that. Like,
yeah, it's pretty bad. Like my fiance, she has to turn away a lot. Even in the second season, they literally guy, he ended up taking like too much the medicine that gets you a hard on. He takes too much Viagra, and like they showed the penis, and they had to like cut into it to like drain the blood. It's crazy.
Like what?
Nice.
I don't know if this is that kind of podcast.
Segue away from penises real quick, but me and Anthony, we've been binging, I'm pretty sure binging Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh wait, bro. Okay.
Classic.
Ben, have you seen that?
Yes, I grew up on Malcolm.
Did you watch that? Okay. Tell Julian, because he asked me, like, do brothers, are they really like that? Are they, like, fighting all the time? And,
yes.
like, are they aggressive?
Yes.
I was like, yeah, that's actually so accurate.
I was about to ask Ben that. Like, literally,
I mean,
did you fought with your brother? Like, were you fighting him, preying on his downfall type of thing?
I've seen them fight, bro. I've seen them throw hands.
Like a physical fight?
It's so normal.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It was probably, like, less intense, like, compared to Anthony, because, I just had one brother growing up. But I've seen, like, dude, all 4 of them. I mean, I know you guys have more brothers, but, like, all 4 of you guys living together in one house, like, the dynamic, like, between all 4 of you guys just doing completely different things. It's so funny. It's so intense. It's so, it's just, I feel like, is the quintessential, like, experience for having brothers growing up.
Right. Malcolm in the Middle really gets that right. It's like, they obviously exaggerate it, but at the core of like just constantly, your brother being like your best friend, but at the same time your mortal enemy. Like,
yeah, that's so
spot
funny.
on.
I was telling Anthony, I was like, dude, I'm the oldest, and then I have a sister 3 years younger than me. So like, and then the next youngest to me under that, he's 12 years younger than me. So like me growing up watching WWE, telling my little sister, "Hey, can I try this RKO on you?" Like she's like, "No," and like I'm not able to take out that aggression. And I'm like, in this show, they're just taking it out.
That's why I have anger problems now. Literally, it's all been built up.
I mean, you should have seen it when like me and Solomon joined in with the Roots. It was just like even messier. Like the amount of times we all made Xander cry, it was just like,
oh my
God. Baby Xander.
Yeah, dude.
Not baby Xander.
No.
Yeah, pretty accurate for the conflict, but it all gets better when you're older. I don't know if they ever touch upon that, but like once you get older, you're like, bro.
I mean, I kind of. I mean, like they do have an older brother, right? Who's like out of the house. He's like in military like camp or something like that, right? Or he's in the army.
Yeah, like in season 1 and 2. Yeah.
I mean, he also like joins in on that intensity that they have, but I feel like it's a little more like love focused, and like that was definitely my experience when I first moved out of the house, and I like finally reconnected with my brother after that, and I was like, oh, you're actually like the person who knows me like the most in the world.
Yeah, like we literally just need to be separated for a little bit to be like, oh, we're chill.
You spent
we actually like each other.
We spent our entire lives together.
Cool.
You've seen like almost every single side of me, and you get me more than most. And so like when we're back, it's like, oh, actually, you're like my best friend.
Literally, that's what happened when I went to PUC and then came back. Then Abram and I were like, okay, we're actually. Yeah, right. We're cool.
Hey, you're kind of cool.
So, yeah. I didn't know you were chill like that.
Nice. Okay, cool. So, y'all ready to get into Project Hail Mary? I got a little synopsis ready for us here, guys.
Hear it.
Let's hear it. All right, so Project Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary by Andy Wheeler is a sci-fi thriller about Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, the sole survivor on a desperate last-chance mission to save Earth from an alien microorganism, astrophage, that's dimming the sun's life. Waking from a coma with amnesia, Grace gradually remembers his mission, best friend's an alien engineer named Rocky, and works with him to solve the solar crisis. Kind of fun fact, this movie is crushing it in the box office right now. It had a budget of 150, 200 million is kind of what it says on here. And so far, it's already grossed $330 million with doing 80 million just on the first weekend, bro. So
is that domestically or is that worldwide?
860 domestic.
That's really good.
So like crush, I think word of mouth has been great for this movie. Like everyone that I've heard talk about it just loves this movie. They're like, go see it. Even I've probably recommended this movie to like 3-4 other people, and I know some of that 80 million has been watching that movie multiple times, like adding to that. But yeah, Ryan Gosling in this movie. Are y'all a fan of Ryan Gosling? Like
big time.
What do y'all think about him?
For sure.
Really? Like what is he from? Because I only know him as freaking Ken from Barbie movie. Like,
really?
That's the only thing I can think of.
So you never saw Drive or
Place Beyond the Pines,
The Notebook or anything like that? Yeah, Place Beyond the Pines.
No, never.
What about Crazy Stupid Love?
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Oh,
dang, bro. We should start a podcast.
We should start a podcast.
Yeah, we should start a pod and talk about movies
are we talking about movies
that we haven't seen.
Write that down. But Ryan Gosling though, like I think he was pretty solid in this one. Like I know him from Ken as Barbie, and I know he had like that goofy whatever. So I didn't know what I was gonna expect in this movie.
Yeah.
But he kind of brought it. I really liked his character in this movie. I don't know how he came off to you guys.
Bro, I mean, from his like Rolodex of film, like he always brings it like this. He's always either like a fantastic dramatic actor, but he also has amazing comedic chops that I really respect. And the way that he's able to blend both of those two is just like so seamless, and I have so much respect for it.
After I watched Nice Guys with
love that.
Russell Crowe, bro, like he is so funny in that movie. Like he's like one of those people who, you know, he's on the level to me of like Channing Tatum, where like you put him in a movie, he could be super hilarious, and his comedy, just like you said, his comedy timing and like his Yeah, his comedy acting is so top notch that if the scene ever requires it, especially in this movie, he he makes you laugh or pulls it off.
Even the director of this movie was what, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think those are the guys that did the Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street. And so like going from directing those type of like silly, little comedic movies to doing something like this is something I always like seeing in directors when they're like, yo, I'm just gonna start doing everything. Like, just seeing people being able to like do different things is something I really like. So when I found out they did the Lego Movie, I was like, what the heck? Like, Lego Movie to this? Like,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
I didn't even know that. That's a really cool fact.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, how do you, like, if you're doing a space movie for the first time, like, there's no way the directors know, like they might know some, but there's no way they know everything. Like, yeah, in order to get, this specific type of glass, you got to get this in. Like, how do you really translate your space vision like so accurately and so well?
Well, I think
like
they probably
not anyone can do it.
Probably been working on this for a really long time because I could be wrong, but I heard that Ryan Gosling bought the rights to this movie pretty much right after the book came out. And he's been working on trying to get this movie made for the last 4 years since the book came out. So he probably has gotten this team together since 4 years ago and is just doing so much, fundraising to get the money and like educating themselves on how.
Oh, so it's like a passion project, basically.
This is Ryan Gosling's passion project.
I did not know that.
Dude, I just Googled the directors, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. You know what their first movie was?
What?
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Like, these guys are like, they did the Lego movies. They did Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street.
Wonder.
Like, they did Cocaine Bear. Like,
okay.
all of those bangers, bro. Like, these guys know what they're doing. But yeah, so I guess the movie starts, like, when y'all started watching this movie, what did y'all know about it? Like, did you guys know anything about it? Because it starts off, he's just like in space, like, what the fuck, where am I, like, what's going on?
I knew a little bit because
really?
Kate actually loves this book and she's been trying to get me to read it, so she's told me a little bit about it. She didn't want to tell me too much because she didn't want to spoil it for me, but I'm also a big Ryan Gosling fan, so like I had heard about it through like his advertising the movie and like the little he's talked about it. Also, when whoever's listening, whenever you get a chance, also you guys, there's this guy on Instagram I follow. His name is Miller76. He has a great commentary on this movie, and so I had seen a little bit of that before I watched it, and it really made me go, okay, I'm gonna definitely go watch this and read the book as well.
So like the trailers, of course they spoiled the alien part, but besides that, the trailers frame this movie as there's a teacher and he's gonna have to learn how to be an astronaut, and that's what the movie's about. So it really heavily implied that it was like it's gonna be 30-45 minutes of him training to become an astronaut, and then an hour or two of him in space. So when they started it off with him in space trying to figure everything out, I'm like, this is a pleasant surprise, because they did not hint at the type of like the storytelling gimmick that they were gonna do. Like sometimes the trailer can also give away how they're telling the story, but I'm so glad that the way they're telling it was a complete surprise, because then it helped me keep my attention completely, because everything with all the information that was coming at me was brand new. Like, even though I knew he was going to go into space, I'm like, oh, I didn't know that this is how things were going to go down. And especially later in the movie when they reveal certain aspects of how he ends up being chosen, that was a complete surprise as well, because it's, again, the trailer completely framed it like it was 30 minutes training and then hour like he knows he's going. So very pleasantly surprised with how they started this.
Yeah, that is true, because they did. I thought it was gonna be like that, like, hey, teacher, we need you to figure everything out, and he's like, oh shit, okay, like let me figure it out,
and then he reluctantly trains.
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. So yeah, I that's kind of what I thought.
Hey guys, are we doing like spoiler kind of stuff for this as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like we'll try to go in order, but like if you gotta spoil something to make your point, like go ahead. Like it doesn't matter.
Well, it was more like talking about like what you were saying about like what it gave away in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like what I didn't get, that it was going to be like this like suicide mission to like save humanity from extinction from the trailer.
True.
And it was really cool to find that out through the film itself.
I also thought it was just a exploration thing, not a like an actual Hail, even though it's in the title. Like I didn't know it was like, about
Hail
that.
Mary. No.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Hail Mary can mean so many things.
But,
yeah, exactly.
But Anthony, something that you said that I was like, yeah, like that's what I really like. You know me, like usually I hate flashback stuff. Like I'm not a fan sometimes when they do like, for example, like this guy's dead in the beginning, you know, and then they'll give us.
You prefer linear storytelling?
Yeah, for the most part, when they're not like gonna give away like big stuff like that, like oh this character's gonna die anyways. You know, like so even though you follow him the whole story, you know he's gonna die at the end, but like how is he gonna die type of thing. Like I'm not a big fan of that. But in this movie, something I really liked, and I don't know again if I'm reading in too deep here, like the way they did the flashback kind of parallels. Yes, he was getting his memory back, but at the same time, it paralleled what he was doing, right? So like when he first got on the ship, he's like, man, what am I doing here? And then boom, flashes back, what's he's doing here? On some of the other scenes, like when he's figuring out how to do the astrophage thing in space and collect the microorganism that's the predator, it's like him figuring something out, but at the same time they flash back to him figuring out on Earth, you know, how he's gonna
the Talmiba.
how he's gonna do that. And then even at the end, you know, like a little flashback of, I guess not flashback but more flash forward, his mission's over, he collected, sent the samples back, and then boom, on Earth it's like, all right, let's start the mission. And then it's like them starting to implement it. That's something I really like, because I was like,
so
they tied it in really good.
So you like that it's like that the flashbacks are always parallel.
Exactly.
With, like,
yes. It was never like here's just a random flashback. It's kind of connected to what's going on in the present of what he's facing. And I was like, oh yeah, I love every flashback, because I like just look. I was like, am I looking in too deep? I don't know. But I'm gonna say that was a director's choice in the flashbacks. But yeah, something I really liked.
It was, you know, it's not like 100% linear, but it's so congruent with what is currently happening on the spaceship that it's not too I don't know, it doesn't feel like we're wasting any time, or like, hey, like I'm really like eager to get back to what we're doing, because it's kind of it's giving us way more context as to what's happening.
So yeah, he's a school teacher. They do, what is it called, a not a bookend, but you know, slight connection where he's doing a sound wave thing, and then it kind of comes back later in the movie because he has to deal with sounds. But you know how he's doing the sound with his students. He's like, sound actually holds physical space, and you know, he's teaching that to his kids, and then it comes back full circle when he's talking to Rocky. But I think one of my favorite scenes that's just like nerd talk almost. Like I just finished Big Bang. And in Big Bang, they're all scientists, and believe it or not, there's science beef. And you know, a scientist might write a paper about this finding, and then another scientist is like, well, actually your paper is incorrect because of this and that, and they'll have nerd beef on like their findings. And so I really like the scene in the beginning where I forget the girl's name, the director. She comes the redhead girl. She comes and talks to Ryan Gosling's character, and she's like, oh, your paper that kicked you out of the science community. He's like, nah, like I don't care what they say, like I'm gonna stand by my findings or whatever. Like it's just funny, like these scientists have beef with each other to the point where they kicked him out of the science community for like him having,
like, how dare you
like,
how dare you say that?
Why would you even think that? Like I just like how they threw that in there, because like that's true. Scientists be having beef like that. Like you can't be saying this dumb stuff. Like don't be saying that. Like you're gonna lead people astray. So just like a little fun thing of them including like something that actually,
like it was offensive for him to have.
Offensive for him to suggest that like beings can live without water.
Yeah. So then he gets chosen by the girl, and then he kind of goes on like we have like a 20 maybe 30 minutes of him just kind of figuring out what this little thing is, the astrophage. And what's his name from the Bear in this? What's his name?
Yes. I forget his actual name, but he played Hank,
Lionel
right?
Boyce.
Lionel Boyce. Yes, him.
And it says he played Officer Carl.
Bro,
He's
like
man, Carl, right?
Shout out that guy,
like
bro. Like I love seeing my guys in different things, bro. Like
right.
I seen you in the Bear, bro.
The AT&T girl.
The AT&T girl.
Bro, look
yes.
at y'all. Get in your moment.
Dude, right away.
Dude.
I was like, AT&T
Clearly
girl.
got chops, so I'm glad like she's able to do something outside of that. Her name is Milana.
Shout out Milana.
Her real name or the...
Her real name is Milana. I forgive me if I'm butchering this. Vanny Trub, yeah.
Shout out Milana. I know you're listening, bro. You did good. Shout out.
Yes.
You rocked. Pun intended.
So then we kind of get into like the space scenes a little bit here, where he meets Rocky here, and then their ship, he's like following him a little bit. When I guess the trailer spoiled how Rocky looks, but I didn't remember what he looked like, so I didn't know what Rocky was gonna look like. Did y'all already know he was gonna look like a rock?
I did not.
Right?
I didn't get to that part of the trailer. I don't think I watched the whole thing.
Okay, that's
I only
good.
saw his hand in the trailer. And bro, let me ask y'all. I felt like this jump scare was like they made the volume like freaking at 11 and they made it like they wanted to scare the shit out of you. Like that was not a regular jump scare, bro. That was some next level jump scare.
No, I agree because it really got me the first time, and I've seen the movie twice. I plan on seeing it a third time actually this Sunday, but I was prepared for it the second time, and it still almost got me. It was so loud.
Yeah, it's like the toaster. Like no matter how much you anticipate it, it'll still scare the shit out of you.
Bro, wasn't that scene so funny when he's like the little object Rocky throws to him, and Ryan Gosling's just 100% ready to die, and then it just like clink bounces off his ship, and then I just thought it was so funny how in the next scene, this is what I really love. I'm like, this is how it shows, like if there's someone else in space with you here, like they're smart. Like it takes a smart person to also be here with you. So I really like how the next time Rocky threw something, he knew where Ryan Gosling was gonna come out of, and like Ryan Gosling's like fully prepared to go again, jump out there and fight for it, but then it just comes perfectly to him. I was like, oh, dude, I love that. Like,
right, yeah, it was that moment where the computer was like blip B detected, and then he was like, what? Why is it so slow? Why is it going so much slower? And he's like, it thinks that we're stupid.
Yeah.
And that's what's so funny.
Fast for this guy.
Because, bro, to be in space at the same time, like, Rocky had to be, like, genius level. To, like, even the little hints he was giving, once Ryan Gosling's character got on the ship, like, doing that molecular, 2 rings or whatever. Like, I don't even know how Rocky knew that.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how he got the context clues to know he needed oxygen.
To understand that yeah, exactly. That was actually, like, one of the things that I was, like, if I'm, like, really being nitpicky, like how is this understood?
Yeah.
Another one is kind of like so throughout the film we just see that Rocky understands Grace, but Grace has to record the sounds and then translate it word by word on his laptop.
Oh yeah, I agree. I was like, how does Rocky understand them? Like, does he have a translator?
I was under the assumption, since he was recording each, like, so if Rocky would say red, it'd be like, he would record that. So then once Grace would say something, it would play back these sounds. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, they never dove into it in the movie where it was like, this is how he understands him back.
I mean, it definitely jumps around. I think like it would take too much time if they showed that, which is fine. I'll connect the dots. You don't have to hold my hand with all that stuff. It's if I'm being nitpicky.
I agree, because I'm like, you're doing like, this is fun and funny. Like, we don't need to spend time on explaining that. Like,
yeah.
Which is something like, Ben, when you read the book, you can like tell us. But one of my managers who read this book when it came out was telling me about it a few months ago, and I called him right after the movie. I was like, dude, did you watch it? He's like, hell yeah, I watched it. And I was like, so what did you think? Did they adapt it faithfully? He was like, everything in the movie, like 100% to the book. The only thing different is they just cut things out because they would spend chapters explaining certain technology, and like the pace of the movie, he says, was faster rather than in the book. He'd spend like more like days at a time trying to figure something out. Like him understanding Rocky in the book took way longer than the movie kind of made it seem. So
yeah, that makes sense. That's what I got from Kate, who had read the book as well. Was it was very faithful to the book, but obviously there's so much like science that they have to explain in the book, and it would take way too long to put in the movie. But she said, other than that, that maybe the ending might have been very slightly different, but it was pretty faithful. Very slightly.
Y'all need to tell me at the end, because I don't know the difference between the book and the.
Yeah, something I also didn't like understand, like when Rocky first sent the first probe and it was like a galaxy, like how did he know where to perfectly line up that device? Like he just so happened to have the right one. That's the one part I didn't understand when he sent over the little thing.
I mean, I guess we would have to assume that they would have ways to like humans like take a picture of these galaxies.
Yeah.
And so we're all looking at it from the kind of the same direction. So he was just showing him where his planet was in context to whatever galaxy I think they were trying to go to. That's just my
true. Like
though.
This is where we are. Line us up with this where we are currently, and then you'll see where I'm at from maybe our location. I guess that does make sense. But yeah, he meets Rocky, and he gets on Rocky's ship. He gets the dialogue stuff going. And then I think we were jumping a little bit, but when Rocky finally boards the ship, one of the funniest things that I think was in the whole movie, that's probably my favorite part, was Ryan Gosling, he's making these video diaries the whole time, and Rocky's like, who are you talking to? Like, what are you doing? And he's like questioning, like, you're crazy, dude. And then slowly, as we get through the montages, Rocky just fully takes over, and he's the one recording, and he's like, all right, guys, so this is what we're doing here and there and there and there, and like Rocky getting brain rotted to like Earth stuff, and he's like a full vlogger now. I thought
that's great. Yeah, I love that moment in the beginning where he's like, who are you talking to? And he's like, he doesn't understand. Like,
yeah,
hearing is amazing. He's like, can you hear me now? Like,
what are you saying?
Ray said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, but yeah, these guys are so smart. I was really like, damn, I love seeing just nerds nerd out, because they're nerding out together. Like they're just figuring shit out. Like,
I mean, I just love that the bromance happened so quickly. It was just like the two bros, their objective was to save their world, save their star. And it's just like they're instantly like boys, like they're bros, and like they just go straight into like teamwork and trusting each other and finding the humor and doing things like fist bumps and like getting like trying to like figure out the linguistics of like Earth talk, and it was really entertaining.
They had the Meryl Streep cameo in it with the voice. I was like, Meryl Streep, let's fucking go. I was like, I love you.
In our last episode, Ben, we were talking about it. Like, we did a movie with Meryl Streep in it.
Yeah.
And we were having conversations on how he's, like, never seen any movies with her besides Only Murders in the Building.
Okay. There you go.
So, yeah, and then we get a lot of back and forth montages of, like, what's going on at Earth and the story of, like, he has these astronauts and they're going into space, and we're getting more information about that, while at the same time he's getting more information about what these like life-eating amoeba, I don't know what you would call them, the predator stuff, like at the same time. And then very sad story of Rocky's family, everyone dead, on his ship, kind of the same as
crewmates
as Grace. It's just like you feel sad for a Rock, you know what I mean? Like they were able to portray that really good. I don't know if y'all felt as connected to Rocky, but like I felt sad for him. Anything, I was like, oh, poor Rocky. Yeah. Like, in all the scenes, Rocky's suffering, like, you know, when the ship's kind of going crazy, I'm just like, no, Rocky, like, please, Rocky, stop, like, like, it made you feel bad for a rock, like, that's what they do.
I mean, you know, at least Grace had, you know, the camera to talk to whenever it came to his isolation, but I'm not sure that Rocky had anything like that, and he, you know, Grace sent the bodies out into space. Rocky didn't say about doing anything like that, so Rocky had to sit there looking at his crewmates being dead throughout the whole time alone, and he didn't even know why. He didn't even know why they died, and it's just like, man, like, he's not even be able to, like, express himself to, like, what he knows could or could not potentially be listened to. Is like, it makes it even more sad, in my opinion.
Yeah, poor Rocky. Hearts go out to Rocky.
And his crew, radiation poisoning, R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Let's have a moment of silence for him.
Chernobyl.
So yeah, we get into to Rocky and Grace. They figure out what's going on here. They're like, okay, we got a plan, and they get to the Earth, or not? I forgot what that planet. What did they end up calling it?
I think they called it Tau Ceti E, and then eventually they named it Rocky's mate, which the human name they came up with was Adrian, because his name's Rocky.
Like the movie. Get it?
Yeah.
Oh. Bro,
you guys didn't get that,
I feel so dumb. No.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so that's actually what I noticed between my first and second viewing. The first time I watched it, everyone laughed at that moment because we all got it. And the second time, no one did. And I was like, oh, really? People didn't get it.
Losers.
I did not get it at all, dude.
Because Grace was like, well, Adrian, naturally. And I'm like, yeah, because Rocky and Adrian.
Nice.
I think the Rocky movie's overrated. So
what? I don't think I've seen any Rocky. I've only seen the Creeds. That might be
I really like the first Rocky movie. That's my favorite out of all of them.
Really?
Not including the Creed movies, though.
Fighting now. Dun, 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 dun. Right? Eye of the Tiger? Wasn't it made for Rocky?
Eye of the Tiger? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I think they made that song just for that movie.
But, okay, tell me if I'm tripping here, but they made so many, like, something that I was, like, not frustrated with, but, like, almost I got emotionally numb, was, like, the amount of times we kind of thought we were away from Rocky. Like, first he dies one time, and we're like, oh, no, like, is Rocky dead or what? And then they say he comes back, and you're like, oh, yeah, Rocky. But then he, like, leaves him. You're like, oh, Rocky's gone.
Right.
And then they're like, no, actually, we're back with Rocky. You're like, oh, okay, we're back with Rocky. And I was like, hell yeah, back with Rocky. And I don't know, for me, when I was watching, I was like, I don't know why I felt like when they reconnected that second time, it didn't feel like, yay, even though he did save him. I just felt up to that point they had done the we're saying goodbye to Rocky point so many times. I know it was only like 2 or 3 times. But I don't know. Am I a lone opinion there?
I actually agree.
Really? Okay.
It felt like not that the fact that it happened, like, I do love those moments.
Yeah. But
by the last time it did it, I did feel like, oh, another turn. Like the story turned, like, again when. Mm-hmm. It felt like just one too many times, but I still love the moments when they were happening.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. For me, it definitely had an emotional impact. I mean, this movie in general made me very emo and emotional. But I see what you mean, because there was a bit of a lead up. Like, we already knew that he was doing all this. He had this process of figuring out how he was going to get back to Rocky. So by the time he did, it was just like, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. Yeah, so it's not as hard hitting.
And I'd still give it points because. I like that they make the bond more like I guess double-sided, because really Rocky laid down his life for Ryan Gosling, and then he's like, peace, and you gave me the fuel, and I'm gonna go live like a great life, and you did everything for me. So having him go back doesn't, like, narratively make sense, because it's like, oh, now it's his turn to, like, make the sacrifice, because Rocky really has been doing all the sacrifices until now. Well, besides Grace being out on the ship, but I guess they make it even with him doing that last one.
It was really sweet to me. It was really heartwarming, like the fact that he got this second chance from Rocky giving him more astrophage to get back to Earth, even though it was gonna set Rocky back. What was it, like 6 or 7 years?
6, 7. Okay, sorry.
Here we go. and then he's like, well, I assumed that him deciding to go and save Rocky instead, that was his like official death sentence. So it was like, okay, wow, like he created such a bond and a bromance with this alien that he decided again to, I guess he didn't decide the first time, but he decided to go and risk his life to save his bro.
Yeah, because even if it's like a completely 100% like guaranteed successful mission, it's still the fact that you're choosing like to go to another world and not go back to Earth like that. Even if you live, that in itself is like you're sacrificing your entire life still, because you lose your life back home completely. Like even if he's guaranteed his life, he still loses everything.
Right around this point is kind of like another, what I feel like is a small plot hole is, the reason why he decides to go is because Grace finds out that whatever they used to seal the Taumiba evolved and was able to get out. Yeah. And his ship, Rocky's ship, was completely made of this material. They just never really told us how they solved that issue. On Rocky's ship, at least, but again, at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm happy they survived.
I was assuming he just hopped on Grace's ship and is like, "Here, use the rest of my fuel, and we'll use your ship to get back."
That would make
but
sense,
they still broke out of Ryan Gosling's container. No, like that's how his ship was able to detect in Ryan Gosling's that it escaped, because it escaped those containers in there. So even if they hopped on his ship, they still would have gotten out.
No, because he resealed it with that bag, remember? And it was like only the material that Rocky's ship was made out of.
How did he find Rocky?
What did they call that material?
The material? I forgot.
He was able to mathematically like see his trajectory from where he was. I don't really understand the science, but that's at least what I got.
I understand.
Explain. Go.
He wears glasses. He gets it.
Actually, this is how they did it.
Trust me, it makes sense.
But even at the same time, bro, like this was probably like the more like pulling on the heartstrings moment for me, because at the same time they were giving the flashback when Ryan Gosling's like, I'm not going to space. Like, heck no. At the same time, when he's like, I gotta go back for Rocky. I gotta sacrifice myself for him. At the same time, they're giving us the flashbacks of him on Earth saying, hell no, I'm not going up there. And something that I thought, I was like, okay, maybe this is the parallel. They show the two other astronauts, earlier in the movie, and they had families, they were happy, they had stuff to live for. And I think he asked the Asian astronaut, like, why are you doing this? And he's like, to save like my family. Like I have people I care about to do this for. And that's why the decision was easy for me to make. And Ryan Gosling had nobody. He even got kicked out of the science community at that point. He was just, a little teacher by himself. But at that moment, he was like, he had something to sacrifice his own life for, to the point where he's like,
to be brave for.
Yeah, to be brave for, where he's like, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice my life in this moment to save one person, Rocky. And I just really like that parallel, because at the same moment, we get the scene of, the other astronauts die, and the head lady is like, dude, I need you right now. He's like, heck no. And I just thought it was a very heartwarming part, because I'm like, Grace has something to die for. And that's a Chad move right there. Like, that's dope. Like, I really like that. But speaking of not wanting to go to space, what did y'all think of the plot twist of what happened to him and how he actually ended up in space? Were y'all like, what the fuck? Or like, what was y'all's reaction there?
It was a little surprising.
Yeah.
It kind of like cleared up some of like the questions of like him, not remembering and then gaining his memory, but still not seemingly being stoked to continue being on the mission. I mean, it does raise some like kind of serious ethical questions, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't like
But
for the
who's
greater
surprised?
good.
But who's
Right,
surprised at the
exactly.
same time?
I'm not a big fan of for the great, like just in real life. I'm not a fan of for the greater good kind of decisions. But in this like fictional world, like I mean, obviously, I'm not the one who was sent into space, but it makes sense. Like this is for the greater good, and you're going to do it. And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Bro, but like imagine like, excuse me, Ryan Gosling's in space. He's like, I didn't want to do this. I'm not helping at all. And he just like, puts his foot down. He's like, I ain't helping y'all. I don't care. Like, I don't even want to be here.
Right.
Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, if you remembered that he didn't even want to be here, what if he like rebelled in space and said, nah, fuck this. I'm gonna fuck stuff up. But bro, something that I kind of didn't like? Why was Carl standing over his body, bro? Like,
oh, right? Like the ultimate betrayal.
Like, why him, bro? Like, I get like he was his buddy, but I would have felt more like, damn, if it was the girl standing over him, like looking down, like, oh, sorry, Greg, because they started to kind of have a little bond-ish. She sang the song, which we didn't even talk about, like, don't stop your crying, dude. It's a sign of the time.
Don't even get me started. But on the I'm sorry, what's his name again? Carl. I think it adds even more of the impact of making him go, because they in the beginning formed kind of like this bromance, but then at that moment it shows, but he ultimately answers to director Eva Stratt, redhead, and regardless of his bromance with Grace, he's going to do what he was told by his boss.
Yeah, that I was just like, why are you standing here, bro? Like, I get they had the friendship, but I was like, no, like, I didn't.
Bureaucrat.
Dude.
He is a bureaucrat.
The big man told me, sorry.
but what you were saying though about the karaoke, there were two parts of the movie that like really hit me and made me emotional, and it was that moment where she was singing karaoke, and it was kind of right after that. It was right after that flashback where he is looking at the planet Adrian, and then everything like turns red, and he tells Rocky he's having a moment. Those two moments really got me, and I'm not exactly sure why. It definitely has to do with the overall theme of hope with this film.
Yeah.
But man, it like both times it got me, like tears in my eyes, trying to cry, looking like a baby in this theater. Yeah.
That was a beautiful
I did like
scene.
that scene. The karaoke one for me too. I really like that one.
I also really like that song.
Harry Styles, shout out. You wrote a good song. I know you're listening. No. Like it was said, it was speaking about the astronauts just dying and everything's gonna be all right, and it was
Sign of the times, man.
It was just a sad song. Good song choice. I'm surprised I heard that. Like, you don't really hear that song much nowadays.
It was, I think, one of the two only songs with lyrics in the movie, I think.
Oh yeah.
And kind of cool to see. The other ones were the Beatles, the two of us. I love that song. Big Beatles fan over here. I actually know that song on guitar, and I was very pleasantly surprised to see it in the film.
I know, I love that.
I like seeing more deep cuts instead of just doing Let It Be or Hey Jude. Like it's cool seeing some more.
Two of Us is one of my favorites in the album.
Hey Jude,
right? Yeah.
Which album is that?
That's Let It Be.
Oh, Let It Be. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he at the same time he named the probes all 4 Beatles, and then sent them off while that song was playing. Such a good moment.
That was cool. Yeah.
Such a badass like.
Yeah. Apparently in the book there are a lot of Beatles references.
Oh really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh nice.
I think Grace really liked the Beatles.
Are we at the end now? Like, can you tell me what the ending, like how it was different from the book?
I'm down to, if we want to kind of go towards the end. It's Julian.
Because we went over all the sacrifice stuff. And...
I mean, no, yeah, I think we've reached the end point. He already sent the probes back.
Okay.
Let's start this mission. They got their things back, and he's on his way to Rocky.
Right.
I
could be wrong. I could be wrong. Kate isn't sure because she read the book, so long ago. But what she remembered from the book ending was that where Grace lived, she only remembered him living in like a dome that was like the size of a house. So like what we see him wake up in, not like this like huge dome where he's able to walk around on like a beach and stuff.
Okay.
So kind of like what he had on his ship almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, it could be wrong, but that's what she remembered was the case.
Okay.
And so if that is true, then I think that's a really good addition for the movie.
Yeah, like expanding it, like don't make it seem so.
Well, because I think it makes it a little more understandable that Grace kind of doesn't want to leave the
Yeah, like make it
Iridian
seem
planet.
like a place you could live on. Not,
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes the Iridians. He wants to
A
stay on
prison.
Arid. Like he's gaining, such great like relationships. He's like almost like creating a family and a community. And so I think
Yeah.
that for him to be able to have more of an environment to like live in makes it more realistic for him to stay or want to stay there at least.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. As far as like differentials, Ben, if you have any more that you can think of, feel free to just say them. But
Yeah.
the some of differences that were that I kind of wish they would have touched on, but I understand that in the movie they only really, when they talked about Earth, they only really did flashbacks. They never did like current Earth stuff. And so in the movie, we get to see that they received the stuff. She has that moment where she watches the videos. Like none of that is in the book. They never talk about Earth again after he sends the
Interesting.
probes. And so, in the book, you're kind of left with it's just Rocky telling Grace, like, hey, our scientists were able to see the Earth's sun, and it's getting hotter now. Like, it's not decreasing in temperature, so it worked. Like, your thing worked. But I think them throwing that in the movie, I just love the scene of her, watching it, being like, damn, like, I knew you could do it. Because in a way, I get Project Hail Mary was the Project Hail Mary of sending the ship and trying to do it, but it was also Project Hail Mary in the sense of sending Grace last second. Like that was the true Hail Mary. Like, you know, sending Grace out there when they needed it. She had to make the hard decision and it paid off.
Like him being capable.
Yeah.
Of doing.
She knew he was gonna be capable and he did it. And I really, when I found that out, I was like, okay, I like it more that they included that in the movie. But the reason I brought up that they weren't, when they talked about Earth, that they only did flashbacks, was in the book they kind of talked about current Earth and the state that Earth was in while he's out there. Because like Interstellar, they kind of talk about light years, relativity, Einstein, whatever, where it's like if you're traveling at light years, it might be 3 light years for you, but back on Earth it's like 20 years. And so in the book they actually talk about what's going on at Earth during this time. And so yeah, the Earth is cooling to the point where in the book they have to nuke the poles. So they drop nukes to heat up the Earth, and it actually works a little bit, and gives them some more time, and because the Earth was cooling down. And that's why in the movie at the end, she's on a ship in the ice because the Earth is cooling down. And so that's why she's like in the, I forgot what that's called, the icebreaker, I think. That ship.
That's cool. Yeah, for the greater good, we just we kill a bunch of polar bears, but
hey, greater good here, right? Is that the ethical move here, guys? Like, what side are we on of the ethical coin? Because I mean,
kill those polar bears, dude. Get them out.
It's on. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get good points or bad points in the good place for that? What do you think, Anthony?
Good points for sure, in my opinion.
Good points.
Yeah, a whole bunch of good points.
Ben's never seen The Good Place. He didn't understand that reference.
I watched the first season.
Oh, okay. He understands. Let's go. And then yeah, that's kind of the only main differences I can notice. And then I think my manager also told me that the scene where in the movie he realized so fast, and again, they have to move stuff along, but it took him a while to realize that those little things, the astrophage or the predators, how they did it, the Talmiba, all of that took way longer in the book. But in the movie, it kind of made it seem like, oh, as soon as he left, he figured it out. But again, right. Not mad about that because we talked about it. They got to move the story along. But yeah, that's kind of everything I got for the movie. Any other last points about the movie that y'all wanted to bring up, talk about?
That's all I have to say.
Benjamin Wadsworth?
I think what really hit home for me with this movie was how hopeful it was. I think we kind of live in an age where like pessimism is, and understandably so, is kind of like the main like driving factor, or like it's so prevalent. And it was just really like hopeful to not only just see a a hopeful movie, but a movie about aliens where like
Yeah.
it's not even teased that the alien wants to kill humans or that Grace wanted to kill the aliens.
Yeah.
It's right into like this friendship, this bromance, that like really kind of drives this hopefulness that I really loved about it. You know, it's a story about extinction, but it never felt hopeless, and I love that.
Yeah.
It's so optimistic without being cheesy. They find the line and they stay right there on it. And it shows that not only like is humanity coming together to try to find this goal, we're creating relationships outside of our species as humans to create this goal of having more optimism and saving our stars.
I couldn't agree more, bro. Like this time in an age, I love a feel good movie. Like it just hits even more.
It was a feel good movie for sure. All right, Ben.
Rating?
We've reached the section of the pod that I think is the most
do us the honor.
That's the most difficult part of doing in this show business. And it's the rating, bro. We're gonna have to hear a rating. We're gonna I have a really good system for this one, so I'm gonna.
Okay.
Bro, I was gonna say let's give it to the guest.
Oh, Ben, you want to come up with a rating system? You have to come up.
Oh, you want me to do the rating system?
So like for Super Mario movies, we'll say like how many mushrooms would you give it? Like something along the lines.
Anything relating to the movie.
Oh wow. Okay.
Anything.
Man. I'm put on the spot. Let me see. What can I...
Pressure. Feel the pressure.
Exactly. Jeez. You know what? I'll leave you to come up with the rating system.
Okay. I thought this one was pretty cute. Let me ask. Let's save your rating for last because I want to save yours there.
Okay.
But on a scale from 1 to 10, thumbs down. How many thumbs down, Anthony, are you giving this movie?
I'm going to give it like an 8.5 out of 10.
8.5 out of 10 thumbs down. Nice. For me, very hard. Very different movie. I think for the time, I really liked it. Very fun time. I think watching movies in theaters is always going to give me a higher rating because it's the way I experienced the movie. So it's always going to be that in my head. That's how I saw the movie. Saw it in Dolby, prime seating, AMC StubHub. Use your AMC StubHub. Get 4 free movies a week. And I think I'm going to have to go with a 9.2 thumbs down. Overall, great movie. I love space, science, nerd stuff. Very, very fun. Very realistic. I didn't ever really feel like, that's too much. You know, like they talked about, how aliens on another life might be. And it's like, yeah, they might just be some random creature that looks like this, not like a E.T. looking thing or something that looks close to something that we could think of. Very cool concept. Very fun. And yeah, just a movie I got to enjoy with my girlfriend Kaylin in the theaters in Dolby. Overall, great experience. So Ben, how many thumbs down from 1 to 10 are you giving this movie?
Well, real quick before I get into my rating, did you didn't see an IMAX, huh?
No, we saw in Dolby.
Oh, bro, we are Dolby supremists.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
You saw an IMAX?
You know what? Like, I saw an IMAX, and then I saw the second time in Dolby, and I really liked both, but man, IMAX is truly an experience. They shot on an IMAX film camera, on a 70 millimeter IMAX camera, and it was freaking beautiful. But yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Tell me what you love.
I was gonna say I love when the movie incorporates that extra aspect ratio, and IMAX can't like make it exclusive. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I get this either way, bitch.
Fuck IMAX.
Either way, yeah. Either way, I get it.
Hey, I respect it. Well, my rating, it's gonna be on my personal beliefs of what makes a movie good. It's hard to say what is a 10. That means that's a perfect movie. I don't think.
Yeah.
But personally, I am going to give it a 8.9 thumbs down. It's a insanely hopeful, without being cheesy movie. Grace and Rocky's friendship is such a heartfelt story. The science is actually entertaining.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like it's pandering. It doesn't feel boring. The humor is incredible. It keeps it alive. Ryan Gosling, Rocky, they were the ultimate dynamic duo. Love a buddy space movie comedy.
Yep.
And the ending is truly earned for me. So that is why I'm giving it 8.9 thumbs down out of 10.
Not to even talk about a good bookend, bro, but the first question that he asks his students on Earth is, what is the speed of light? And what is the first question he asks his students on that planet? What is the speed of light?
What is the speed of light?
What a good bookend, bro. What a good bookend. You know, me and Anthony talk about loving a good bookend, and it had a nice little bookend right there.
Hey, you were talking about the parallels. You got more of them.
Yep.
But yeah, that's been this week's episode, guys. Shout out Ben, guys. If you don't know Ben, go give him a follow. Thank you for being on our episode. It was fun. We've never had a three-way, so this is something new for us, and
yeah, first guest ever.
Felt fun. Felt cool. We're definitely gonna have to bring you on for another episode here, bro. So
I would love to. If this works out, that would be great. This takes me back to my days with Anthony, analyzing film, giving our opinions. I know you guys are usually just a duo on this podcast, but I really appreciate you going out of the way to try to make it work. I know we're doing things a little differently to try to get me on, but it was really entertaining, and I really enjoyed this film, and so I'm happy that I was able to talk about it with you guys.
Oh yeah. Also want to add, if anyone's listening, please leave a like or comment on what your own rating was and how many thumbs downs you would give this movie.
And speaking of what movies we're gonna talk about, next week's episode, guys, is gonna be the 2026 blockbuster of the year, highest rated, most money ever made movie, best movie.
Veto.
Best movie.
Veto.
No. Best movie, arguably, this year, guys. We are going to be watching in theater. Wait, you got Dolby, Anthony?
Yeah, I got Dolby. I get Dolby.
Of course. See, see, you're the audience they're making Dolby for. That's why they took up the Dolby seats, bro. We are watching the Super Mario Galaxy movie this week, so that will be next week's episode. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, make sure you use AMC StubHub and get your tickets to go watch it and come listen to our next episode that is going to be coming out shortly. So Anthony said veto to the movie, but I know he's going to have a good time. He's going to love it. He's going to become a Mario fan. And
I watched it today. I really enjoyed it.
See?
I watched it with my daughter.
Yeah,
we had a good time.
That's your first and last time on the podcast now.
Anthony's an avid Mario hater for no reason.
I actually hated the movie. It was terrible.
He's like, oh, you can come back.
Yeah.
Very black and white, very plain. Never watching it again.
All right, so that's gonna be our episode. Again, shout out Ben for being on the episode.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, up until next week's episode, guys.
See you later.
It's been your boys, and peace.